Easy time for less bang and more light on Bonfire Night. Do we swap out the traditional firework displays that we all love and have known for years and instead replace them with a modern version, which some claim are actually better for our pets and the environment? Well, sorry, you carry on.
Yeah, I will,
yes.
Joining us to debate that, our pyrotechnic consultant for the London 2012 Olympic Games, Dr Tom Smith, who believes fireworks are irreplaceable, and presenter and animal rights campaigner Wendy Turner-Webster with her rescue dog, Newt, who says she's always upset by the loud displays. Thank you both for joining us. Let's come to you first, Wendy. And Newt, by the way, Newt's so well-behaved at the moment.
Really well-behaved.
She's been very good.
She's been
excellent.
Yeah,
it's very
good.
quiet in here. There's no fireworks in this studio at the moment, so that's good.
Good, because they wind her up terribly.
It's a serious issue, isn't it? A lot of people at home will be nodding away here going, my dog absolutely...
And cats
fears
and all of them, yeah.
The fear that comes inside them.
Yes, and I've actually been involved, you know, it's that time of year on a lot of social media and hearing people's stories. And, I mean, just really horrible stories of animals being so frightened. They've got out of the house, they've run off, they've never come back. A horse who somebody let fireworks off in the field and the horse died of a heart attack. And I'm not being overly dramatic. There are so many stories out there. And unfortunately, nowadays, it is not confined to November the 5th or the nearest Saturday, or even just November the 5th and New Year's Eve. It's any time of the year, any celebration. People can get hold of them so easily. And I think with pets and babies, you know, fireworks go off, I hear the babies in the road start to cry. Veterans who've come back from war, and it sounds like gunfight at the OK Corral started. You know, and I think there's so many reasons now. Now we have this knowledge that pets are really suffering with these fireworks, and because there are now no limits on fireworks going off on any random day of the year.
Let's bring to Dr Tom. I mean, you know, I've got to say, first of all, I have to say, well done in 2012, because that was incredible. That's probably one of the biggest shows. So it's sort of slightly conflicted, because I kind of love that. But are we a bit selfish? I mean, we're thinking about pets and dogs, and veterans is such a great example of... Actually, we're not being very considerate, are we?
I really think fireworks have their place, but our mantra, whether it be a private display or a big public display, is the right fireworks in the right place at the right time and let people know. You know, if people knew about it happening, I'm sure a lot would either take precautions with pets. For instance, horses, we find playing loud music to them before the display breaks that bit between quiet and noise. And that's the thing that upsets animals. Once it's going, we find actually at a lake, for instance, with ducks, all the ducks come back. But it's that break that causes the problem.
So is the problem then that not the big displays that you're involved with, which is the availability of them all the time and not just within restricted things? Because, you know, sometimes you think, oh, fireworks, and if you're not somebody that's disturbed by it, it's rather lovely. But it's hard then to plan, isn't it?
It is, and consumer items are obviously different to a professional display.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a show for a rugby club or a school, they publicise it because they want people to come and pay their money and everybody knows about it. But I don't see why that can't be the same case, you know, in a street. If the people in the street were letting off garden fireworks, if you let your neighbours know, they may come around and bring you a bottle of wine and enjoy it.
But you'd have to let them know within, like, a half-mile radius with the sound of some of them. That just... I hear what you're saying, but I think it truly is no longer practical. And I think the trouble is that anyone now can get hold of them. And surely, you know, that there has to be some now legislation.
Well, there's plenty of legislation. And
it's not working.
Well, I would disagree. The fireworks that are now available to the public are now restricted in their noise levels, which they never were.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any difference to a very high, intelligent, very well-hearing pet.
Well, it does, because the sound levels are less than they were before.
But, yeah, but they still go bananas at the same rate, and they shiver and cower, and
I understand all of that, and I wouldn't, you know, particularly Newt, who looks to be the most perfect dog in the world.
She is, Tom. She is the most perfect dog.
But,
she ain't looking at you, though. She's not happy. She's not happy. She's not happy. Don't look at me.
Yeah,
She'll have a word with you after.
Yeah, exactly. But look,
Is there something irreplaceable about fireworks? Because we know there are other alternatives, aren't there? We see drones and lasers and all of those things, which admittedly an individual in their back garden can't necessarily access. But look at this. This is spectacular. What makes fireworks irreplaceable to you?
I think they are different from lasers and drones. Lasers, I'm afraid, I think are very limited in their scope and you can be quite bored quite quickly. Drones are great, but fireworks have all those senses. Light, sound, which I know is the issue here, but, you know, a silent firework display isn't possible. If you're going to have a burst of stars, there's going to be some noise.
Okay.
But why are we putting our pleasure over their pain? Why are we doing that?
Well, as I say,
if
you know about it, and I accept that's a problem, and I don't accept the half-a-mile argument because it's too far. But...
We'll have to leave it there. Wendy Turner-Webster, thank you very much for joining us. I know, there's always more.
I just got started.
Yeah, I know. We were ready for
say,
fireworks from both of you, then.
I have to say, we've been asking people at home, you've been very engaged with this, and we wanted to ask, should we replace fireworks with laser lights? 62% of you said yes. They feel like you. It's time to bring in the lasers. 38% want to stick with traditional fireworks. But thank you very much to both of you. Thank you.